I'm curious to know from you panelists, what do you look for in a company, in a boss, a mentor, a team? How does gender play into that, if at all, in your selecting, a new company, team, boss, mentor who's going to lift you up and give you those kinds of opportunities?
I can go. So at 500, our CEO and our COO are both female, and they're young mothers. So when I was first considering joining 500, the fact that I identified so well with them and that we connected on all the challenges of having such a demanding job whilst also having demands at home was something that really resonated with me. And you won't always get that, but I think at the very baseline, you should look for the values that you identify with. And that first impression that I got when I got to know them has never changed. Like even through the pandemic, as an institution, they've been constantly checking in on the welfare of people and encouraging us as department heads to check in on the welfare of our teams and how everyone's managing with this challenging situation. So I just think, when you're speaking with a future boss, then just getting a sense of the priorities that they have alongside, delivery of good work is something that makes you understand the culture of the place. And that continues throughout because they are the ones building it up, top down.
Yeah, I'll add on to Brinda's, because one of those points resonates with me also, which is I was, I think maybe employee 80 at Stash. Now we're up to maybe 300. So that when I got there, the executive team, which I wasn't a part of then, but it was pretty small. There was a woman, our chief marketing officer, who interviewed me, and she was by far one of the most important people. Like at a startup, your head of marketing, when acquisition is so important to like the livelihood and sustainability of the company, it was a woman. She was a total, I won't say because I don't know if I can, use whatever word you want to insert there, but she was amazing. And she had 4 kids, like 4 boys. I have 3 boys. So I like totally identified this. And I'm like, she's an executive. She was actually working a part-time schedule at the time. Like they were totally accommodating, even though our 2 founders were men, of when she came in, when she worked from home. It was just, she basically was like, or they said, you know what you're doing, do whatever you need to. So that was a big thing for me. And the other thing that I'll say is ask about the company's mission, their vision, what values they have, because that was new to me out of a law firm. I had never heard of companies like having a vision and a mission, and what's your strategy this year, and what are your key performance indicators. That all trickles down and has huge impacts on kind of how the business is run and kind of what your North Star is. And it really drives a lot around the people they hire and what the culture is. So definitely ask about those kind of softer things about the company when you're looking.
If I could just, add one thing as well there, Liz, it would be around finding a manager who really sees your potential. And that absolutely was the case when I left Medallia. Previously never managed before, never led a team. And my now manager at Doordash, who is VP and basically runs the legal function day to day, she took a chance on me. And I think that just spoke volumes, right? And she continued to be my advocate through the years, grew me, to a directorship position and recently AGC. It's because she's constantly just been in my corner, speaking for me, highlighting the things that I've done. And so I think for our listeners, if you can find that in a manager, that's amazing. Someone who really can see you in the future, what you can become, and helps you get there.